I think I view things differently.
No, we know that we view things differently from each other.
But who knows? I believe if we don't build Brock to what Brock is, we couldn't have built Roman to where
See,
Roman
I don't
is.
believe that.
We you get the figure of Brock, the unstoppable force, and then you get the nigga to just completely destroy him, and now we have our figurehead of the greatest of all time.
Nah, I don't believe that.
You do.
I don't.
He took Taker out too. We built Taker. He took him out.
Mm-hmm.
We built Brock. He took him out.
John Cena is considered the greatest of all time. You had to do that. I think it's just different trajectories.
You think John Cena is considered the greatest of all time, but
yeah,
for
Hulk Hogan.
for other reasons, then
Yeah, I just don't think Roman's build was the same.
with of other things,
I don't think his build up was the same.
Like, hey, but you also talking to a nigga who just came around to John Cena.
You?
Yeah.
I thought John being your favorite. Like,
Nigga, I despise John Cena.
Even the rapping?
Hated it. You talking to a nigga who just came around to John Cena. Like, literally just came around to it. Like, within the last handful of years. Probably around the time you start coming around, it was probably when I came around to Cena.
I don't really be
But you're talking to a nigga who's even more so just came around to Roman Reigns.
Yeah. See, I ain't never been big on Cena, but I've been big on Roman. So even since the Shield days.
I tell you, just recently since part-time Cena have I became a fan of Cena.
Interesting.
Oh yeah. Cena was never my GOAT.
Nah, he never was mine either.
PG era not. Was never my
My
GOAT.
goats is always the ones that don't be in the consideration. Like Shawn was my goat for a little bit. Randy. Them was my goats, bro. Roman now.
Hogan.
Hell no.
Look, you said it.
No, Hogan was some people's goats back in the day.
But I also think when niggas like it's outside of the story of the character, I believe. And Hogan's maybe not because Hogan, but that Hogan, there was no way you could not fucking. It was Hogan's company.
Mm-hmm.
That's why niggas thought Hulk Hogan was the greatest of all time.
Yeah. Regardless of what the reason is, there's niggas out there that think it.
I know it, but
and that shit's unfortunate.
But like, it's so like in the moment, I can like, you were correct.
Mm-hmm.
In hindsight, somewhere in the early 2000s, you had to have come to the conclusion that was not correct.
I don't know, because it's like the Jordan and LeBron debate. It's like the Tom Brady and Dan Marino debate. It's like, or Joe Montana. It's like those people that are fans of who they were fans of back in the day and think that they go will argue, won't change their mind. They don't in anything. But niggas will tell you Babe Ruth's the GOAT. When a lot of niggas that done bazzed them up.
But what are we talking? Like, if obviously if somebody's not open minded to fucking other things, then what can we talk about?
It's not about open mindedness as more as it is about bias. You can acknowledge somebody's great and think that they're on the same level as the person you think that's the GOAT, but at the end of the day, if they're both even in your eyes, you're gonna navigate towards more towards what you've seen and who you thought was the GOAT initially. And some people, it's just ridiculous. There is some closed-minded people because they fuck with Jordan so much that LeBron's little crybaby or all this other shit. But then there's some people that's like, he talented as fuck, and I do think he up there, but ain't nobody passing Jordan. Just how it is. And them older folks, they gonna tell you Hogan the GOAT or Ric Flair or Andre the Giant or
does that not sound crazy to you?
yes. But at the same time, I'm probably gonna be that older folk that's gonna be a player in the NBA that's gonna come out and be in the GOAT conversation. I'm gonna be like, he not better than Bron. I see what he doing, but he ain't better than Bron. I see what he doing, but he ain't better than Shawn Michaels. I see what he doing, but
Bruh,
he not better than Randy.
you realize that a LeBron comparison is kind of like absurd, though, right?
Absolutely. I don't think there's no comparison.
No, but so like like obviously at some point somebody could come along, but like there's not a chance that somebody could come anytime in the near future
And be LeBron.
ever.
Yeah, I know.
So like there can't be like an actual like
But
you
there's
wouldn't have
gonna
to
be
deal with
people
that.
that's gonna think that. There's gonna be people that's gonna think, even though we know. And that's how the way we're thinking right now about LeBron is how people thought about Jordan. And they still think that LeBron didn't touch that. Like we're saying there ain't gonna be another LeBron that's gonna come for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Those people still think that there's another there wasn't another Jordan that's came that still has never came to this day.
But you're talking about people who are delusional.
Right, but we could be delusional if somebody does come, bro. Right?
No, somebody would have to.
Right. But then if we
If we look at the shit, like if we visually see it,
mhm,
then it'd be like, oh shit.
yeah, but people don't
But
they don't think like
we're
that.
talking about numbers.
That's one thing that me and you are on the same page about. But there's a lot of people that ain't. And it'll usually be older folks. Like not older, probably about 10 years older than us. I watched Jordan in his prime. You also seen Jordan with the Wizards at the same age LeBron is right now. LeBron averaging 27 and Jordan averaged like 18.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't take his team to the playoffs. Like shit like that.
Yeah, whatever your argument is, whatever
But,
your goat argument
but in
is your goat
98,
argument.
he hit that shot on Byron Russell. Bron ain't never. Like, it'd be some weird shit, bro.
Because, like, I don't know. When you look at LeBron's stat line,
He's a number one scorer of all time, and he's a pass first player. We can get into this all day,
but
bro.
that's what I'm. So, like,
Yeah.
if somebody else can come along and do something like that, then you can have a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
But until you see that, it's like, bro, what's the conversation we're having?
But to the Jordan fans, that ain't
You're
good enough.
saying something like, okay, you prefer this player more. Okay, cool.
But to the
Nothing
Jordan
wrong with
fans,
that.
that ain't good enough because he lost 5 times in the finals.
But I also say that, nigga, you're correct depending on what your GOAT argument is.
Yeah.
If you believe that your GOAT has more championships, then who am I to tell you that that's wrong?
Yeah.
If I'm here to say that my GOAT is the more overall outstanding player,
Not team
look
game,
at
but
look
player.
at the stats.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
your GOAT argument would be more. So I think it's just about what your GOAT argument is.
Subjective.
Whatever your GOAT argument is. But
I don't think Hogan got an argument.
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like Hogan, and my thing is I believe Hogan had a argument.
Then.
I just believe we've grown past the point. Like we've got to the point to where it's like you can say Hogan's top whatever, but to say he's one, it's kind of like, all right, bro. If you saying one, you just love Hulk Hogan.
You ain't watching a lot of wrestling recently.
You just love Hulk Hogan.